everyone, welcome to the Knitting Project. My name is Sharon. I'm coming to you from a sunny Saturday here in the UK, and it is the 20th of April, I think. Yes, it is. It's the 20th of April. Thank you so much for anybody who's joining me as a new viewer, or who has stuck with me through all the chaos that's been the last few months. And a big thank you to everybody who commented on my last video. You do not know how good that made me feel. It's definitely given me the confidence to podcast again. I am again this week using my phone, so apologies when my eyes skip to the side, because so now I'm looking at myself, but I should be looking at the green dot, but occasionally I have to check that I'm holding things in the screen. So it's only been a week, so I haven't got a huge amount to show you, but I have got a little bit. So I thought, well, you know, let's pop on, have a chat. I really wanted to say thank you for the comments, and I really wanted to keep the momentum going now that I've kind of started. It is early Saturday, well, it's early Saturday morning, it's 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. I've got my craft room door open because the dog is home alone. There's only me home with her. Normally Ian's around, but because she's only got me, she wants to keep coming in and checking on me, so you might see a little black nose appear beside me from time to time, probably throwing a ball at me if I'm honest. And I've got coffee today. So I'm not back on project. I thought I was going to go back on project, but then my new cast on happened, and now that's all I want to knit, honestly. I've also got a bit of a challenge going with a friend of mine, which I will explain later on in the podcast. So let's just do some FOs first. I've got some finished objects, and my first finished object is in my podcasting basket. Actually, I might just, no, wait, because that's going to mean I'm going to get a very cluttered desk. So my first finished object, you did see these last weeks, I was knitting them, are the Yarn Badger 2023 Advent Skein. So so I have, obviously I have two. So that's it. It's very pretty. I really like the colours in this, and I finally managed to finish them. It's only taken me to, you know, April to finish my Advent skeins. I promised myself that I will only get one this year, and I've already got it. I managed to get a Spin and Blether one, which I've had for the last 2 years. Really enjoyed, and she had her release last night. So that was Friday night, so hopefully this will go up on Sunday, so you might still be able to get her skein if you want to. She's got various options of various bases, and yeah, I managed to snag one yesterday evening. I was very excited that I managed to get that. So yes, that's going to be my one for this year. And also, you lot, I don't know whether I said this last week, I might have done, I might be repeating myself, if so I apologise, but you lot have got to remind me when we move this year that I have to contact all of my Advents and tell them I've moved. There's not going to be as many this year. Last year was a bit extreme, but because Sherry Iris and Kelly are both only doing Sunday Advents, I put a Homespun House, I think, into for a daily one, because I do like my daily ones, and I'm really hoping I'll get one of Giddy Yarn's Advents when they come out on the 1st of May. So that's really exciting, and I've got Dandelion and Dogwood and Elderflower stitches, so I think that's it. I'm done now, I hope. So yeah, they are my Advent socks. Really love them. I think these are really Christmassy colours, so I think this is definitely going to go in my Christmas box of socks, so they can go away now. That's that one. Oh, I didn't give you any details to them at all. Let's give you some details. I'm sorry. So I did a very tiny rib. I have no idea why I needed such a tiny rib, but I did a very tiny rib, just one stripe. I'll let you know how that works out. And it's a twisted. It's a 1x1 twisted. And I've done a vanilla sock. I've done a heel flap and gusset. Haven't done a Garter Ridge heel turn. I don't seem to have been doing those recently, and I don't know why, because I love them. So that's just a slip stitch heel, and then got the garter and just a wedge toe. I know it looks rounded, but that's because of the sock blockers. Yeah, the wedge toe, and then I kitchenered the toe on the end of it. Yeah. So I'm a size 5. These were done on a 3. No, they weren't done on a 3. No, they were done on a 2.5mm needle, and it was a 60 stitch count, which I find works really well for me for socks. So that's those two. Next up, this should have been on last week's podcast. She was finished at that point, but I for some reason I forgot to put her on. She was on my show notes, but I never actually showed her. So this is her. This is a Dreamy Bear, and it's probably one of the cutest things I've ever knit. Now the pattern just calls for a 4-ply yarn, but I held mine together with some floof so that it's quite fluffy. This was supposed to be a gift for a friend, but I couldn't part with her once I finished her, so she's staying with me. I just love her so much. She's so cute. The pattern is so easy to follow. You start on a foot, and you knit that leg, and then you knit the other. you kind of cast on some bits, and then you knit the other leg, and then you knit the body, and then you do the same with the arms. So the arms and the legs and the body are all knit as one. And you end up, then you have to stuff it, and then you knit the head with the nose. Then that bit is knit separately with the little nose at the top. The ears are knit separately. These are really clever. I love how the ears are done. They're so good. And then the little pom-pom tail is knit separately too. So it is stuffed, and I just love her. Now I'm going to have to find my notes for her, so I have my trusty knitting notebook in front of me, and I have very sensibly this time round written the page numbers for the finished objects next to the finished object. So page 77, that's actually only the next page. I cannot believe I did not write down who the pattern's by. Right, bear with me a moment. I will look that up because it's not a Ravelry pattern. Dreamy Bear. Luckily I have the computer right behind you. There we go. Okay, that's the one. Knitting by Post it's by. So it's the Dreamy Bear pattern. It's $3.99 for a download, and it's by Knitting by Post. Not heard of them before, but they've got some really lovely patterns on there. And I used the pink is Wool Barn, and the white is Lay Family Yarn Fleece. So that's a Surrey alpaca. I knit it on 3mm needles. So if you were knitting it on just the 4-ply, it's like you knit it on your sock size needles, because you want it to be quite dense. But because I added the floof in, or I guess you could say it's DK, one of the two, since mine's come out a bit bigger, I used 3mm needles instead, because obviously you don't want the stuffing to be able to come out between the stitches. I found that worked quite well. But yeah, I love her. She sits on my desk. She's quite a good stress relieving toy. Bless her. So yeah, that's Dreamy Bear. Let's go back to my notes. So that's it for FOs. Obviously it's only been a week, so the Yarn Badger socks are my actual FO, whereas that one was my forgotten one from the week before. Right, what's up next? My understated. So, in a Christmas bag, I need to change it out of this bag. I will do that probably today. I'm really good friends with Belinda, who has the Bell and Stitch podcast, and she had stalled on her pink cardigan, and I have stalled on my understated. So I said to her, why don't we agree to do 15 minutes a day on these garments and send each other pictures of our progress. hasn't worked quite as 15 minutes a day. We've both had other things going on. Bless her, she's not feeling so great at the moment. And I had a panto AGM which got in the way. So we didn't quite do it, but we have done some, and I think I did it twice. The only problem with my one is there's so many stitches on this thing that it takes me 15 minutes to do one round. So just 15 minutes a day has made me realise it is going to take me a long time to finish this. So I might have to increase my 15 minutes a day to a little bit more. I mean, sadly, 30 minutes a day is only going to get me 2 rounds. So this is the Understated by Joji Locatelli. If you are a long-term viewer of the podcast, you know I have knit many understateds, and in fact I'm knitting my first, I'm wearing my first one, well, second one, because I knit one for my friend Kelly, as a sample in her yarn. This is the Flower Crown colourway from Stranded Dye Works, and this is the first one I knit. So let me just stand up for a moment, because I can show you this one. I can't go all the way back, but it's kind of cropped, it's boxy, there's a lot. And I haven't knit the largest size, but I have knit quite a large size. I love this detail here, and I love how this matches up. I also love this colourway, I have to say. It's, when you can see close up, there's a lot of colour in it, but further away it's kind of more muted. I do love this cardigan, jumper even. Right, so anyway, by the by, I have knit many understateds. I think this might be, there's one I knit for Kelly, there's this one, there's a blue one, there's a multicoloured one, so I think this must be my 5th. That's a lot of understateds, but I find them really wearable. I like wearing them. So this one is more of an autumnal feel. Kelly very kindly gifted, so this is all A family yarn. Kelly very kindly gifted me the minis that I've made the front in, at the top in rather, not the front. It is the front, but it's the top. It's also on the back as well. So I have done the neck. I love the neckline on this. I love a V-neck anyway, but I love the neckline on this. I have done the sleeves. And so I'm just going round and round and round on the body, and I'm helical knitting it because I am using indie dyed yarn. The bottom colour is Poodle Paws from Lay Family Yarn. It's kind of a pinky browny grey colour. It's beautiful. It's such a pretty colour. I love it. I knit some socks in this colour, and I really wanted a garment in it. And then we've got the pop of colour at the top, which I really like. So this is what I've got left of both balls. My idea is I really want to finish all the yarn, but I might have to weigh this and see how much each round takes, because I need to do the rib at the bottom as well, so I do need enough left to do the rib at the bottom. But yeah, can you hear that? My neighbours are playing music very loudly because it's a beautiful day. Apparently have got to have a disco. I'm hoping that's not coming across. I don't think you'd be able to work out what song it was anyway, because I can't. Anyway, going back to this. So yeah, that's what I've got left. I have more of this one than this one, but I want to be able to do the ribbing. So at the bottom of this, if I can find, this is all very autumnal at the moment because it was an autumnal cast on, and all of my stitch markers are like pumpkins, and so I've got a pumpkin there. Where's my little berry? Where's my berry? There it is. So that was where I was when I started the challenge with Belinda. That's how much I did the last time I worked on this, but I was out in the car, so actually I did get quite a bit more done than 15 minutes. It was about an hour and a half, and I think it was about 5 rows, which is ridiculous. But I did get a bit more done, and I need to find some spring project bag and stitch markers so that I can bring it a little bit more up to date. But we'll see. Let's see how much progress we get on this each week. No pressure. That's what I said to Belinda. It's no pressure. If you can't do it a day, it's no big deal. but she did manage to get the sleeve finished on her cardigan, so that's exciting. So we have managed to at least make some progress between us. So as I said, that's understated by Heikki Locatelli. I'm using DK weight yarn on 4mm needles. So that's that one. And yeah, we'll update the Christmas bag later, honestly. Next up, what's next? My Cozy Knitter socks. So these are my current grab and go project. I adore this project bag so much. This is by Bubbles and Berries. It's beautiful. It's all embroidered, so pretty. It's not, I mean, it's got a very slight interfacing in it. I don't even know if it has, actually. It might just because it's quite a thick outer, because it's linen. And in here I have got my, it's actually my 2019, I thought they were 2018, but they're 2019 Cozy Knitter Advent socks, and I've already finished one. I don't know whether I showed you this last week or not, but this is what's gone into my grab and go socks now. So that's the finished one, and then this is how much I've done on the second one. Now I was where that little bus is when I picked these up again, so I've done this much this week. This is from Sherry Iris, the Needle Cozy, and yeah, making progress. That's the ball I'm using. I think, did we not have two balls? I'm sure it was wound into two. I don't know where this one's other ball's gone then. That's odd, but anyway, that's what I've got left. I don't think I used it all. So yeah, that's what I've got left. And I'm really looking forward to doing this. It's good fun. That I find that these knit themselves once you've knit the first one, because you know exactly what your colour changes are going to be, so you kind of tend to like knit down to the next section. I can probably knit one of these in a couple of days if I really wanted to, but the whole point is to have some vanilla socks and not cast on new ones. That didn't work, but hey ho, they're not vanilla. That's my only excuse, is they weren't vanilla socks. Next up is my Dust of Snow wrap, and that is hanging out in this giant tote bag. I got this from, I think, from an Unravel. I think Katie bought it for me, my daughter. And it's got the Advent, it's got the Advent in it from Dandelion and Dogwood for this year. And I'm doing the Dust of Snow wrap, which is a wrap by Helen Stewart, Curious Handmade. Poppy's just come in. You alright, Pops? Come and say hello. You can't see her, can you? She's just down here. You saying hello? Are you? Are you saying hello? So after that puppy interruption, so yes, I've got the Dandelion and Dogwood Advent hanging out in here. So it's in its own bag within a bag. And this is the Dust of Snow wrap by Helen Stewart. Have I got a picture? I have, I just can't get the page that's got the picture on it. There we go. So Curious Handmade Dust of Snow wrap, and it was a knit vent pattern from a few years ago. Can't remember when, 2019, 2018, something like that. I've already made one. I have subsequently lost it, which I'm gutted about because it's a Hedgerow Yarn Advent and I loved it so much. I don't know where it's gone, and to be honest, I have now, with tidying out the house, tidied out the few places left that I had to look, and it's not there. So I don't know what I've done with that. It's gone. So I'm making myself another one. I decided that I was going to use floof instead of mohair I am slightly regretting that now, because I liked the feel of my other one more. This is really soft and squidgy and cuddly, but my other one was kind of almost more silky. That's as far as I've done. Oh wow, it looks so much better on the camera than it does in real life. You can really see the colour definition on the camera. You can't see that in real life. It just looks like a mushroom colour. It just looks mushroom all the way up. And I love it. Absolutely love it. Oh, it's so pretty. So I'm trying, a bit like the understated, I'm trying to do a section on this a day, given half a chance. So I've just finished, I think I've just finished doing the 2 colour section there. So the next is a lace section. So I'll try and get that lace section done today. And so that was the colour. Where is it? Where's it gone? Well, I've only got one. Where's the other one? Oh, no, is it on the floor? Of course it's on the floor. Bear with me. Honestly. Oh dear. Right. So that's the colour I'm just finishing. And that's the colour it's going into. So, in hindsight, these might have been better not mixed with floof, because it is losing the colour a bit. But like I said, it actually showed up on the camera quite well. Oh well, we'll see. And I'm using ChiaoGoo needles. I think these are a 4.5. I'm using 4.5mm ChiaoGoo needles. Again, Christmas. That is like my favourite stitch marker of all time. It is a Sugar Tots one, and it's like this beautiful little cottage, and it's all sparkly, and oh, I just love it. It's like my favourite ever stitch marker. But she should go away for now, because it is very Christmas. So yeah, I am working away, plugging away slowly at that. Again, this might be one where I stick a stitch marker in and we see the progress each week, just to see whether I can actually make some progress on it each week. And that brings me to my last project, which is my new cast on. And yeah, I really wanted to work on some lace socks. I have some lace socks as a whip, but no, we have to cast on new ones. But I think you'll understand why when you see it. So it's hanging out in this beautiful Elderflower Stitches bag. I was watching a vlog of mine back earlier on in the week, and I was using this bag, and I was like, oh, I love that bag so much. I so want to use it again. So I looked it out. Luckily it was empty. So it had to have a new project in it because it was empty and I wanted to use the bag. My excuse, and I'm sticking to it. And you might remember this beautiful yarn from last week. This is Apricot Lemonade from Les Family Yarn. Currently sold out, but I do believe they are dying more. And I think if you're going to Wonder Wool, I think they're hopefully going to be at Wonder Wool, and I think they're taking some there. And I am knitting the honeycomb, wildflowers and honeycomb socks, which, when I can find it, has got a picture. They're by This Handmade Life, which I've actually written on the pattern because they don't. And then these ones. So it's the wildflower and honeycomb, and these beautiful socks. And I started these 2 days ago. I'm only making shorty socks, so I'm following the pattern to the latter, which is really not like me at all. So it's got a 1x1 twisted rib. When I say I'm following it to the latter, I'm making shorty socks, so I am fitting that particular scenario to the socks. So that's my rib, and then I've got a little leg. Look at those flowers, aren't they beautiful? I love it so much. And then I've done the honeycomb heel on them, which is that one. Yeah, I'm just going down the gusset decreases. I had hoped, because I currently have 3 needles, which I guess is good because I can show you what I do, but I had hoped that I wouldn't have 3 needles for the podcast. So what I do with the 3 needles is I use, that's because I knit on 2 circulars, I use that circular for that side decrease, that circular for that side decrease, and then so I can put the I don't have to split the pattern. I put the pattern all on 1 needle, and then once I've finished doing the gusset decreases, I put it all back onto 2 needles at 2 circulars again and use the 3rd one, especially when the 3rd one is so long, it's ridiculous. Also, I'm quite surprised at this, ChiaoGoo needles, and I've got, can you see that? I've got a kink. Never had a kink in ChiaoGoo needles before, and I can't get it to go away. Never had ChiaoGoo needles that have kind of had a memory. It just won't go away. It's kinked. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. I'm thinking maybe if I use these needles to make something heavy, it will take the kink out, but it's a really bad one. It really won't go away. It's kind of double kinked. So I can try soaking it. I haven't tried soaking it yet. Soaking it in hot water. But yeah, and then that's a little stitch marker from So Sweet Violet. And I just love this project. It's just shouting spring at me, and I know I love wearing these socks, and this colourway is gorgeous. I do love these colourways that come out of Les Family Yarn that are like this. There was, I think I was telling you about one that was my all-time favourite. Oh, this is giving it's a run for its money, I tell you. This is beautiful. I'd love to have like a cardigan or a jumper in it, but I'm just not sure about yellow. Don't think it quite suits me. Might look a bit ill if I wear yellow. But yeah, I love it so much. The little stitch markers that I'm using to keep my pattern straight are, I have the tin in here, Sonia Jones, which I picked up at, come on, focus on that, there we go, which I picked up at Southern Wool Show, and you get loads of them in there, and a row counter, so there's just loads. They're ideal for this, and I love the fact that they're purple, so they stand out majorly. On my back, come back on me, that's it. They stand out majorly against the yellow. So that is my current obsession. I anticipate getting that sock finished today and its friend cast on. I anticipate they will be an FO by the next podcast, especially if the next podcast is next week. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? See if I can get it done. So that's, as I said, they're the Wildflowers and Honeycomb socks by This Handmade Life. And yeah, that's the last thing I'm working on, which actually for a week is quite good. I'm not actually doing a square a day at the moment. I've got obsessed with doing puzzles in the mornings, which is eating into my knitting time. But I am enjoying doing the puzzles. Incoming. I have put that on top of that, haven't I? I've only got one incoming this week, and it is a basket from So Sweet Violet. I love these baskets, as you will see. I have a little collection of them up the top there. My dream is to, when we move, is to have a white wooden shelf with all of these lined up on it with various bits and pieces, and they come with minis. These minis are theoretically going in my sweet shop blanket, but me and that have fallen out big time. So yeah, I need to get the motivation back for that, but we'll leave that a few weeks before we try that one again. But yeah, these are really beautiful. They're made out of Liberty. It's a very summery one, isn't it? Goes very well with my little socks that I'm making. So yeah, that's my only incoming this week. I have got some incoming on its way. I've got some hedgehog fibres because their April colourway is gorgeous. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't know. I don't think I've ordered anything else. got some little scissors, some snips for my sewing box, which is really weird because I got these because a friend recommended them, and then I saw that Nikki Franklin was stocking them at the Stitchery, so I'd got them just before I saw that. But these are canary little, aren't they cute? Kind of little, they're just perfect for in my little case, so they just fit in there. They fit in perfectly. It's all about the miniature, isn't it? So this is a strawberry from So Sweet Violet. I don't know whether she's got any yet at the moment. It's a you're supposed to tie it on your scissors, but I've just tied it onto this. Yeah, so that's my one. I'm quite enjoying getting miniature things for it and making things for it. It's like it's almost a hobby for in itself, isn't it? I've got a few more things I could put in here. But oh, yeah, love it so much. Right, so yeah, that was my other incoming. Otherwise, the only news I've got is Katie's 30th. You may have seen some Instagram posts around that. That went really well. Considering I went from, I think I was talking about this last week, wasn't I? Meg was out because she wasn't well, and then Charlie was out because she'd broken her leg. So I was flying solo for that, but Meg was well enough on the day to help, certainly with the donut tower, which she did. And I was so pleased with the cake of cheese I decorated. I was very, very, very pleased with that. Oh, and that cheese is amazing. If you want some special cheese for a celebration like that, the Fine Cheese Company, not sponsored by them. Wow, I wish I was. That would be cool. But oh, I bought it. I bought the cheese. Oh, my goodness me. The cheese is amazing. That whole tower of cheese was so yummy. And very popular and a huge talking point. So if you're having a celebration, you really like cheese, I would thoroughly recommend their tower of cheese. I think it was £60, so not cheap, but equally you get a lot of cheese for £60. Don't get the decoration with it. I used figs, some flowers and grapes to decorate it, and we had chutneys and crackers to eat it with, and some, because the bottom one was a blue cheese, which I love. We got some digestive biscuits because I do like a blue cheese with digestive biscuits. We're losing the weather. That's disappointing. I was hoping I was going to record this and then go and sit in the garden today, but guess what? Looks like it's going to rain. What is it with the rain? We've had so much rain. Oh, I'm sorry if you're not in the UK. You're just hearing us all going, how much rain? But everywhere is so flooded. So that's a wrap for episode 150. I can't believe 150 episodes. That's insane. Absolutely insane. Right, I'm going to leave you. So I hope you're all okay wherever you are. Take care, and I will maybe see you next week. If not, see you soon.